Max nothing. Max nothing.
Jesus Christ.
We got a genius.
That was bloody awful situation.
We got a genius in the house,
That's
everybody.
like that's literally like a cartoon.
We got
You sit in your food. Jesus.
we got a genius in the house.
We got a smarty. I seen that in an episode of Friends, mate. Joey was trying to paint like a banner for Monica and Chandler's baby.
Mm-hmm.
He was painting it. He just sat on the banner. He just had his butt was just blue.
Yeah, I've never really gotten into Friends like that, not gonna lie.
You just need to get into Friends, man. I'm not gonna lie to you.
Potentially one day.
I'm not even gonna lie to you, bruv. What were we talking about before? We had many things. No, before that.
Fresh up had that wild.
Like it was. Do you know what? Actually, speaking of that, yeah. What do you think is the hardest, like, starting line of a song that you can think of?
All that comes to mind is Vince Staples.
Woke
Soon
up,
as I catch the vibe,
tell him to fetch the hearse. Yeah, that's what I
That's
mean.
a bar.
Another Vince Staples bar that's hard is in that song All Night when he just goes, "Woke up in another man's main bitch." How can you say that? That's hard.
No, I heard your starting bar. I think it was by Nas, but your starting bar should be like the one of the most important lyrics in your whole song.
It should.
Especially Anderson .Paak. Why the hell did I run this game? Who else done that? SZA. Real niggas do not deserve pussy. When have you ever heard a song start like that?
That's true.
Niggas.
That's true.
That's what Kendrick said actually when he heard when she proposed the song to him. She heard that first line. He heard that that first line. Real niggas do not deserve pussy.
That's why he goes pussy. He does that all over. And then on that song Supermodel as well, when she's like, "I'm writing this letter to let you know I'm really leaving." And that was sick. I'm not even gonna lie.
I'm writing this letter to let you know. She's banging.
She's banging. Oh my!
You know she's
God.
got ADHD.
All I can think of was Kendrick's song ADHD. As soon as you said that, she got ADHD. Somebody said that. Somebody suggested that random beat that just happens after is like a representation of distraction, like ADHD. That ADHD crap. What's going on over there? It's like that, which is absolutely ridiculous. That is just the funniest thing.
Then.
So rap is just funny, man. Rap is actually just funny.
ADHD.
You got ADHD, but it's jokes how much meaning you can get from like nothing.
Yeah.
I was thinking about that. How I was like, I was just watching this video there's a YouTuber called Donkey, video game Donkey, and he just made this jokes video about Super Mario Maker, and he's a comedian, but he opened up this one level. There was just a standard, like, they just made it like a house with Goombas and Koopas just around.
Yeah.
And he was like, okay, now he was like the level was called Donald Trump's wall, which is random. It had nothing to do with the level, but he just jumped in like sarcastically. He was like, okay, now I see some striking like imagery here. So we got the Goombas on the floor there, we got the Koopas, the higher class citizens at the top there, and then there was just this one image of just a Koopa on one block, just like pacing back and forth because obviously they can't jump. So it was just going back and forth. And he was just like, now this represents the lowly American strolling through the confines of his own life. I was like, you can just inject meaning.
Yeah, it goes back to the argument.
The art debate.
Art?
I was going to say, what is art? Like, I was thinking.
Like, I've been saying this to a lot of people recently, but like my answer to when people, like when I always give a rhetorical question, it's like, what is art to you? And they'll say, and then like most of the answers, like people will be like, oh, art is something creative. Art is what's in a gallery. Art is a painting. Art is majority of what the definition of art comes from is what is a painting. Is a painting is a drawing.
They always go to like fine art, innit?
Yeah, it's always fine art. But for example, it's not.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah,
'Cause they don't-
that's my example.
This
It's
is why
not.
it's funny. This is why it's funny because people forget that music is art, literature is art.
That's why my answer to that is art is everything that you say is art, and it is before you even say it.
Basically, I think art is anything that's done unnecessarily. Do you know what I mean? Like you didn't have to do that, but you did it, so it's art.
Yeah, but I'm walking down the street and I was about to say I walked down the street and I threw a packet of crisps on the floor. I didn't need to do that, but I still done it. So technically, it's art.
I guess.
A lot of things we do
This
unnecessarily.
is absolutely ridiculous. No, but I mean like an output that you just feel you do, then it's art.
So like what?
Like you didn't, like it's not necessary for you to do it. Like it's not necessary for human beings to do these certain things.
Mm-hmm.
Obviously, human beings, they have like two basic functions or needs. Is the food and water
Yeah,
and reproduction, I guess.
yeah. Well, not the basic needs. The
The things that
food and water are basic needs. Reproduction isn't a basic.
that isn't.
need.
But like what this is what we're made for.
Yeah,
Do you know what I
yeah.
mean? Kind of like
Anything
Anything other
in this
than that.
rawest form.
yeah, and it's of
Yeah,
course, yeah, that's what I'm saying. We're taking it back to like rural,
Yeah.
like basic caveman life. It's that anything. I saw a definition of art that anything outside of that is art.
Anything outside of
Like reproduction or food is art, which is that's mad.
So what's being a chef?
Art, culinary art.
Where did you read that? Or where did you hear that? Or is that that's just a thought?
No, it's not just a thought. I read it. I didn't read it, but I saw it in a Vsauce video.
Okay.
But the Vsauce video had words, so technically I read it.
Yeah.
That's how you cheat the system.
You make yourself sound a lot more sophisticated than you. I read somewhere
I read.
when really you was just on BuzzFeed.
I read it in a. Oi, BuzzFeed is just. BuzzFeed is just shit. I swear down. No, it's not even shit. Let me not even. It's just kind of like. It's just nothing. Do you know what I mean? It's just a thing that's nothing. To be honest, we kind of need these things that are nothing.
Yeah,
as well.
true, because it makes other things something.
That's what I'm saying. It's back to the whole debate of if there was no happiness, or if there was no sadness, there'd be no happiness.
Yeah, we had that time ago.
I think we had that in the last episode.
No, we didn't.
Oh, but the full debate, yeah,
that
we had
was
that
on the
ages
train.
ago.
I remember. We were
Mhm, I remember.
underground about like if there's no, I can't even remember what my point was. If I agreed or disagreed with it,
Yeah.
I can't even.
Do you
remember.
agree now?
If there's no happiness, then there's no sadness. If there's no sadness, then there's no happiness.
Essentially,
That's what.
because it's kind of like because kind of like if there's, let's say there's just all happiness, it wouldn't really be happy. It would be the average.
Yeah.
And that's normal or like nothing essentially.
Mm-hmm.
So there would be a defining peak or dip in
In how you
emotionality.
feel, yeah.
It'd be that
But
kind
this
of
is
thing.
all relative because it's such a hard thing to say there's no sadness. Do you know what I mean?
Would
It's
you-
very hard to imagine there being no, or try and argue that imagine there being no happiness.
Yeah.
That's
It's true. It's
really
true.
hard to put into words for someone to imagine,
That's what I'm saying.
especially someone who's not deep in the argument.
Yeah, it's true.
Because it's because when you're in an argument, you could jump into an argument and we're saying, but mate, listen, okay, if you rip all the guitar strings off of a guitar, it can still be hit on the ground.
It can still be a pig. I'm telling you.
It could still be in a concert and you can still smack it on the ground for props. Like people will still shout. Like, but in the argument that'll make sense. But to someone else, that's just like, what the?
It's all out of
fuck?
context, isn't it? It's all out of context. Language games.
Ethan's wacky analogies.
Ethan's crazy analogies.
Crazy analogies.
Circus music. Wittgenstein. Language games. And all that. Philosophy. But that's what I'm saying. It's kind of like, I don't know, like, can a perfect world exist? Do you know what I mean? Because what would a perfect world even be
what's
like?
that? The world of forms. The world of forms isn't a perfect world. That's
That's
not
not-
a humanized perfect world.
I
That's
wouldn't even call it a world.
That's
yeah.
That's a literal perfect world.
It's perfect, But it doesn't conceptually make any sense.
Yeah, exactly. That's why I say like it's literal because, for example, our human preference of a perfect world would be
All
like,
good.
for example, dog shit.
Yeah.
Dog shit isn't a good thing.
Yeah.
So to us, do you know what I mean?
To some it could be.
To some it, let's just say cow shit. That's manure.
Exactly.
To
Yeah.
us, that's like us. Fuck cow shit. You get what I mean?
But to gardeners,
that's like
put down my plants right now.
You know what I mean?
Mm.
So it's that takes it even deeper than what I was gonna say. That's a preference. That's like
That's what I'm saying. It's all personal.
Everyone's individual preference.
It's all personal.
Like that's a bad thing. That's a good thing.
That's true.
That's a bad thing.
But even still, if you take that back to like surface level, would a perfect world even be good or bad, or can there be both, or what would it be? A balance?
Or maybe we are living in a perfect world relatively because because the bad things are lessons and lessons are good things.
True, but they're not. Are they always though?
Yeah, we had this argument before. Oh no, we didn't. We had it about karma, but a lesson in every sense is a good thing.
I don't know. No, yeah, we did have this discussion before with when Lance was on. It was about
Shout out to Lance.
shout out to Lance, King fucking King. It was about the I don't know what happened to my voice there. Jesus.
Okay,
It was about the idea of like, does every negative experience make you grow up? Do you know what I mean?
In time. In time, because you can't say that, because if a negative, like let's say if a close family member passed, in the moment, within the next maybe 2 months or so, 2 months or so, or 2 years even, people may take that differently. Some could spiral into a deep hole, and some could work through their memory, and let it help them grow. You know what I mean?
That's true.
That's
true. Yeah, that's all. Yeah, it's up to you.
People can take it differently, but within time, it will have a positive impact. Whether let's say, for example, if I'm just going to use the analogy of a family member passing. Let's just say that happens, and which is a terrible thing. There's just a disclaimer. This is just a analogy. But if that happens and you spiral into a deep place or a dark place, and from there you work your way into your religion, next thing you know, you're helping poor people in Africa. Yeah,
as an outlet.
You're doing an ACON, and you're trying to turn the whole continent. Do you know what I mean? ACON. That eventually that will turn into, or you could just, let's say you just put yourself in a hole, and that has a good effect on the world. Sounds bad, but that has a good effect on the world, because let's say
you're tucked away, so you're not doing anyone damage.
Yeah, you're not turning into a mass murderer. You were considering killing a whole load of people, but you after this incident or this tragedy, this now has an effect on you, and you think, you know what, let me not do it. That's a positive. That's a universal positive impact.
That's true. But which one's better? The personal impact or the universal one? Jeremy Bentham, where are you at?
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Great is good for the greatest amount of people.
Great is good for the greatest number.
Yeah.
For the greatest good.
It's an awkward one.
It's an awkward one, isn't it?
It's like, are you living for yourself? It's like the analogy that we got on our first lesson. Welcome to the Max Nothing Podcast.
Yeah, welcome to the Max Nothing Podcast with me, Simon,
and me, Ethan,
on a very serious one.
Yeah, our voices just sound different.
we were on one, mate. What was going on?
But that analogy on the first lesson, that I was there. I joined the course a bit late just because I was fucking around in graphics for a while. I realised that was not my calling, but. Yeah, so
and you hated that one as well. So
yeah, I hated this one. It was a loose double-edged sword right up the bum holy.
Said it both ways. Oh my God.
Both Chanel. See both sides.
Jesus Christ. See both sides. Swimming laps through pool. It's over. But, God damn it. I got a double episode up my arsehole. Oh shit. What happened?
But we digress. But my original point was the first analogy that I was told was
the train one.
No, I was told about the two people drowning.
The two people. Oh yeah, which one are you saving?
So you walk past a river and your mother is drowning in a river, and a doctor is drowning in the river who you know for some reason, will cure cancer.
You know him as well.
You know
he's gonna cure cancer.
Will cure cancer. It's just come out on the news that morning that he has found the cure. He, in his mind, is the only one who's figured out the cure for cancer and it's only in his mind.
He's like Elon Musk, but for cancer. I guess.
Okay, so you see them two drowning, and you can only save one. I hate those analogies because I could save both, but you can only save one. Who would you save?
That's what. Are you asking me now?
Yeah.
So it's my mum or the drowning doctor?
Yeah. I asked my mum this.
What did she say?
I take the doctor.
Over her mum?
Yeah.
That's really...
But because she's
really, there is no answer.
Because my mum can't answer a question, right? She answered it as like, well, my mum's lived a long life. The doctor's going to save so many of... She puts it directly in her personal preference when... I expected her, which is my first mistake. Never expect anything from anyone.
It's true.
This is where I first messed up. But no, you're supposed to, or not you're supposed to, but it's
think deep about it.
Yeah, it gives a better discussion when you think of it from the perspective of not yourself, just
a general perspective.
You can either save you think of the pros and cons. Your mother is someone who's birthed you, loved you, given you life, nurtured
There's
you,
much more personal connection,
and made you into the person that you are today.
Yeah. Or
the doctor who you cure cancer will save
many lives. Yeah.
Will save millions of lives.
Yeah.
Whereas my mum thought, well, my mum's lived a long life. She's this, she's that, and she thought the doctor's gonna save people, isn't it?
It's true.
But I wouldn't think.
But that's that straight utilitarian approach, though.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. That's Bentham to a T, baby. Yeah. Fuck the one. I'm saving the many.
Yeah.
Fruitful. What's that kind of thing?
What was the other one? There was another analogy. It was
the train one.
No, it was the torturer. Someone who's torturing in like a dungeon or something like that. He said like, I'll kill one person. I'll kill you, or I'll kill all of them.
No, he said you take the gun, you shoot one person, or I'm killing everyone.
What would you do?
We all figured out a way out of this? Still, just kill myself. That's what everyone said.
You have to kill one.
I killed one. That's me.
Yeah.
But then they were like, okay, extra.
That is definite heaven. That has to be.
It has to be.
Okay. I get suicide.
God would be surprised.
I understand suicide.
Yeah.
But there has to be a loophole.
You have to jump right in. I'm not gonna lie.
Exactly.
You have to jump right into heaven. It has to be.
Imagine if you get to the gates and God's like, you saved all of them, but you sort of broke an unbreakable rule. Bye.
Yeah, God is just looking at us. He's like, yeah, your life wasn't yours, so you took it. Like, do you know what I mean? Yeah. No, I'm not gonna lie. If you're in that situation, you kill yourself, you will surprise God by being there.
Yeah.
God will turn around and be like, oh shit,
I was expecting to me.
Oh damn, oh it's you. Oh, okay, cool. What'd you do? Yeah,
what would you do if they were all? Here's one.
Oh,
you can either kill one or he kills everyone, and this is all the original OGs of Motown.
Yeah, but now crazy. Yeah, but what now?
No.
So is this happening in the 1970s?
Yeah.
Or...
No. This is happening now, but you know that all these youngers. One of them's Michael Jackson, one of them CEO, all of them.
Oh, they'll grow up to be...
they will grow up to all be...
Oh.
Yeah, it's like a Rugrats thing. They're all babies, but you know who they're going to be. I got crazy other fan fiction about that I'll tell you after.
Fan fiction?
Yeah. It's
what is man saying, bro?
Yeah, it's mad.
All right, cool.
And another one about Winnie the Pooh. I think I told you about that years ago.
You might have done, but you have to remind me of that again.
But what would you do? You know that they're all the all-stars of Motown.
So I can kill one...
You can kill one.
Or he kills them all. Fam, I'm not going to lie.
Marvin Gaye.
Let's Marvin Gaye and get it on. That song was the shittest song. I can't believe they ruined his legacy.
Grapevine.
Anyways, who would I... Do you know what I'll do? Do you know what I'll do? I'll let them die, and then
Still all
I'll
the
just do all of
singles.
this stuff. I just do it all because I know it now. Are you mad? I'm doing it all. I'm gonna be Michael Jackson, Marvin Gaye, bruv. I'm gonna be a god.
Imagine
Oh my god.
if you raw.
Imagine, bruv. Imagine the same person released Thriller and Songs in the Key of Life.
That's just,
Who is this
that's
person?
that's greatness. But imagine
That's the GOAT.
if you could have one song that's your song,
From
like
their
you
catalogue.
made it from anyone's category ever made.
What song would I do? That's difficult because
And this
would I
is in
want a song-
today's day and age.
So it has to be an old song, or it can be any song.
To be any song, but you
But I did it.
you done it, yeah. And
Okay.
they still exist.
Yeah, but
But
they didn't do that.
They
song.
didn't do
I
it,
did that
and
song.
it's not like you're copying theirs for some reason. The
Yeah.
world just doesn't see it as that. The world just sees it as you just made it.
Calm. Should I tell you why I wouldn't do DNA? Let me just explain why I wouldn't do. Let me just explain why I wouldn't do any Kendrick song. First thing, because I'm not gonna lie to you, Kendrick's music is backed by the weight of his actual name.
Yeah, you said this yesterday. I said this the last time.
I said it at one point. Like
You're so biased.
Kendrick is good, yeah, but I'm not gonna lie, his name just propels.
Yeah,
Anyone can do what Kendrick does. Not anyone, but like anyone could.
that's
do
why we
what
say
Kendrick does.
like that's why Blase was like how Kendrick hasn't made that big an impact on the rap industry
That's true.
compared to Lil Uzi Vert, because Kendrick's doing everything Tupac done.
I mean, to an extent, yeah, that's kind of different.
Yeah, true.
But it's kind of like, yeah. I mean, there's difference in influence, but it's kind of like, yeah, you can see that Kendrick, he's good, but he's quite standard. Do you know what I mean? Yeah, I did say this the other time when you showed me that song. What's it called again?
His Pain.
No, not that one.
Oh
The
yeah,
drill
oh yeah,
one, the
yeah,
drill
yeah,
one.
yeah,
that one, that one. You showed me that, and I said, bruv, this is all right, but if Kendrick did this, I would be overhyping it.
Yeah, yeah.
Just because it's Kendrick.
That's if Kendrick said shh in a song, then he would have had that reaction.
Yeah, and then I would have been like, oh my god, bruh, did you see that?
He probably
shit they
will do it
just
soon.
did?
I can't lie.
He might.
Yeah.
See, I don't know what Kendrick can do next. I was thinking about this the other day. And just bringing back to the artistic peak at 32. I'll bring that up. I'll bring that up in a second, guys. But no, I was thinking about.
Kendrick's dick anymore.
No, no, because he's not 32
Kendrick's
yet.
almost 32.
That's what I'm. Hey, listen. Okay, fine. Let's bring that up right now. Then I said this. I did research. Yeah, I did research into this subject. Do it. Yeah. I said. I was thinking when. It wasn't even I was thinking. I was just looking at Kanye's discography, just randomly on a random one. I just wanted to see like what.
I can understand that.
Just what you know what I mean? Like as you do.
I'm a Kanye lover.
As you do. Like so, I just wanted to see like what's this guy done. So I just went through it. I said, My Beautiful Dark Twisted Fantasy, 2010. He's 38 now. He did that. No, yeah, he's 38 now. He did that when he was 32. 32. Okay, keep that in mind. I went to Jay-Z. I said, look through his discography. He released the Black album when he was 32. Cool. I went to, who else did I look at? I looked at, who else did I look at? A few other people. 32. Listen, the meaning of life and the answer to the problems of life and the meaning itself is not 42. It's 32. I'm telling you.
10 numbers ahead.
You will reach your artistic peak.
LeBron's 20.
And
33.
LeBron is 30. He was 32 when he won
had
that
his best
ring.
season.
Do you know what I mean?
Not when he won the ring.
No, it was when he had the when he was MVP. He was MVP when he was 32. He was 33, but it's close enough.
We didn't include you. This is a random side note, but
God.
if you watch the NBA then and you don't think that LeBron James deserves to be MVP every year,
Yeah, you're lying.
you're
lying.
a fucking retard.
You're lying. To be honest, just take a good look, take a good gander. But no, I'm telling you, 32. So this is what. Let's relate that back to Kendrick now, and then I've got to go back another step to what we were talking about before. Kendrick is backed by his name, so whatever he does will be hype. But I don't know what he can do next, because I thought he was gonna do a rock thing this time. When I heard the start of Humble, this was before the whole album got released. When I heard the start of Humble, I was like, I predicted he was gonna do a rock thing. I heard them guitars. I was like, oh my god, he's gonna do like a Jack White thing. He's gonna just go on a Beyonce, mate. Don't hurt yourself. He's gonna do one of them ones. I was like, oh god. And then the Humble beat kicked in. I was like, I'm not gonna lie, I was a bit disappointed, but I was like, yeah, it's fine. Be still, like, sit down, be humble. Yeah, let's do it. Go on. But then that was that. Nobody pray for me. I said, I thought it was gonna be a Jack White thing. I was like, oh my god, this could be so sick. But then he didn't do that. So
yeah. Boom. Hey,
I remember. If you were watching me, my face would have dropped. I guarantee you. And my facial expression would have been like, well. I guess so. Yeah, let's do it. Why not? The album's good, but it's not as good as To Pimp a Butterfly. I gotta say that. Nowhere near.
It's not as good.
Nowhere near. But
Duckworth is a fucking mad song.
Duckworth is bruv. I'm not gonna lie to you, yeah. My brother's friend, I was having this discussion with him yesterday because I was at like your phone just ring. No, I was at like a baby shower, and he was there, and my brother told me that he didn't like Kendrick. So I was like, why? I was like, but I was like, no, but you know you got to think like, why? You have to think, what's the reason? Because I don't understand. He said,
how could you not?
How could you not? Do you know what I mean?
Not even sucking his dick, but how could you not?
But how could you not? Realistically, how could you not like? That's crazy. It's kind of like, how could you? Let me not even. How could you not like jazz? Do you know what I mean? That is accurate. That's facts. How could you not like jazz? That's crazy to me. Anyways.
Yeah. It's and to me, it's.
How do you not like jazz? How do you not like jazz? I don't get it, bruv.
It's like in fucking La La Land.
Yeah.
She didn't like jazz.
She didn't like jazz. Didn't I say that? I said I disregard everything she says from now on. I don't understand it. But I was like, how can you not like Kendrick? And then he said, the main point, his voice, obviously. That's the main point everyone brings up.
That's the same as Young.
Yeah, Young said that, his voice. Said it's all whiny.
Smith.
Yeah. Smith said that. She said, it sounds like whistling. And she don't like whistling.
I fucking hate whistling, so I hate Kendrick's voice.
I remember when she said that. I said, what? It doesn't even sound like a whistle. What are you talking about? That's crazy. But yeah. But I said, you could sort that out. They could be fixed. But then
I got
Look your ticker. In my DNA, if you want that. But nah, that was that. But like, okay, his voice, I understand that. But then he said like he doesn't have the right beats. I said, are you okay? Are you all right? He said, I don't like his beats. I said, all right, you don't like his beats. But then he said like, nah, his beats are like dead. I said, all of them. I said, every single beat is dead. And then he was like, nah. And his girlfriend was there, and she was like, no, I don't know, I disagree. Like, but then she said, she was like, Kendrick's music is good to cook to. I don't really know what that means, but that's fine.
Oh, you're waiting for me to be misogynist.
This is crazy. No, listen, I didn't even think of that. Oh my god, Call of Duty ironing edition. Shout out to Commie. Shout out to Commie for that encyclopedia. Search it. Go on Encyclopedia, yeah, the fake Wikipedia, and search for Call of Duty. You'll see what I'm talking about there. But I was like, okay, cool. But his lifeless beats. But then he was like, okay, make the top Kendrick songs. Then I was like, okay, if we're talking beats, Duckworth immediately has 3 sick beats.
No, but this is the thing. Donnie's like that. They haven't listened to Kendrick before.
But he has though. This is the thing.
Oh, he has.
Yeah, like he said he listened to all of his albums all the way through, and he still thinks that.
Swear.
I really don't understand it, but each to their own, innit?
Facts.
That's fine. I win. I win either way. It's kind of like that.
Yeah.
But it's that what you doing?
I just learnt the one thing that I learnt from. Yeah, I'ma bait your name out, Miss Core.
Ah,
Yeah, bitch.
boy.
Shut your fucking
Now
mouth.
then get some cash, you bitch. Bag, you bitch. Santa rain.
Let me put them. But yeah, if you had to have one song that was yours, what would it?
Yeah. See, I was gonna reverse back to that. Yeah, this is what we're reversing back to. Which song? Yeah. That's okay. That's why I wouldn't do Kendrick's song. that whole 10-minute run. That's why I wouldn't do Kendrick's song.
Yeah,
It's something like that.
Yeah.
But I would do like you have to think of like what songs are influential. Do you know what I mean? I just don't know. Like, I'll do like a. No, do you know what I do? Oh, I know what song I would make. Jimi Hendrix's, something child.
Voodoo Child.
Voodoo Child, yeah. Jimi Hendrix's Voodoo Child. I'll take that song.
Give a short preview for the people. Who
Yeah,
don't
do
know
it,
the
man.
song.
Do it. Don't play the 15-minute version.
No, I'm just gonna skip to the middle of it.
Come.
Yeah, I was talking to Kang yesterday.
So good.
I was talking to Kang, and he was like, he was reading some random facts about Jimi Hendrix, and he was like, "How this Tony went through a hard life.
Oh, he did. He did.
He went through a very hard life."
He was only 28 when he died. Can you genuinely imagine? This guy is a legend.
Imagine if you reached 32.
We would be light years ahead. We would be years ahead of ourselves musically as a species. If Jimi Hendrix lived to 32, if a lot of people lived to 32, if Tupac, Biggie lived to 32. By the way, back to the first thing that I said.
He died at 27.
Yeah, 20. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. If Biggie,
This guy played with his teeth.
he did. I've seen him. What's going on? This guy's too much.
He
man.
looked old when he died.
Yeah, he kind of looks like Basquiat. Basquiat died young as well. He was like 28. If a lot of people do not reach their artistic potential, man, it's a shame. I'm telling you. But yeah, what I was saying, bring it back to the first thing. Biggie has one of the hardest starting lines in that song. In Flavor in Your Ear, the remix.
This is Basquiat's famous piece.
Yeah, that sold for 100 million at auction recently. His most famous piece, the skull one. Yeah.
You think it deserves to be that price?
Of course I do.
Why do you think that?
Because it's kind of like football, innit? Do you know what I mean? Football just inflated its prices of players.
No, but I want to know what makes you think that he looks a bit like you know, Jimi Hendrix.
Wait,
That angle that you were sitting at.
just now.
Yeah. But what?
Hang on, sorry, 100 million?
Why do you think it deserves to be 100 million? What in it? Like, do you think the brushstrokes, the meaning behind it, the color scheme?
I don't really know the meaning behind it. Sorry, yeah, let me retract my statement.
How does Basquiat look?
Search him.
Is this him?
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, Basquiat, yeah, he died young as well. But see, this is what I'm saying. How much value can you add to art? Because it's not about the actual like technical ability of the artist in art. Because if you look at a perfect example for this, Jackson Pollock, or even what's it called, Picasso. Picasso can actually genuinely paint good and draw like very well, but he just chooses to do the cubism stuff.
Yeah.
So it's kind of like in that there's a kind of thought behind what he's doing, so it adds some sort of
that
value to it, I guess.
Yeah.
But then again, kind of like it's like, what would you prefer? Someone who can who has to force themselves to do it.
That's what I'm saying.
Or effortlessly does it. Do you know what I mean? This is it.
That's why I say, once you can find the beauty in a line, the rest of the world will blow your mind.
In one line.
Yeah, like I found the beauty in one line.
What do you mean, poem or
a physical line?
Oh right, oh yeah,
Once you can find
the concept of a line.
Yeah, if you can find the beauty in a single like getting a pen and just doing a line on a piece of paper, if you can look at that and think raw,
imagine
everything else will blow your mind.
It's true. Imagine all I could do with that one line.
Because that line, let me take you through it. That line is music. That line is how people communicate through music. That line is how people communicate. That line is how people an assembly of lines makes numbers. An assembly of lines makes words, music, architecture. It's in culture. It's in what's it called? It's in paint. It's in art. It's in every single thing that we literally revolve our lives around. Clothes, fashion.
Yeah.
Even the way we are built.
Lines.
It is all a line.
It's true.
If you look at it that deep, then you can look at a what's it called? A painting by Picasso and be like, wow.
Yeah.
This person has mastered the art of a line.
You have to respect it.
So that's why
you have to respect
that would be a mad trademark.
You have mastered the art of a line. It's mad.
Trademark.
But then again, it's kind of like, yeah. Imagine this. Imagine someone who can let's take it to slightly basics. Imagine someone who can play every instrument physically. Like, can play a guitar really well, can play the keyboard, play the trumpet, saxophone, banjo, theremin, whatever, any instrument. There's that one, can play that every instrument like excellently, and then makes a song with all the instruments, playing them all like naturally, physically doing them, with the skill that he has, versus someone who can replicate all those sounds on a computer, but does it the same. Like they essentially make the same song. But one of them did it because he can play all the instruments. The other one can like essentially fake it.
I have a feeling those two songs would be very different.
You think?
I have a feeling those two artists will be very different, just because the person who can do it on the computer will constantly be looking I think they'll constantly be looking to go further.
Yeah.
And go beyond and find what other sounds are there. Whereas the person who's done all of these instruments will be like, how can I
do with this stuff?
Yeah, how can I do it differently? Do you know what I mean? Like, let's say, for example, the painter Picasso, who's mad at painting, he will find a way to do that differently. Whereas someone who does it on a computer will then go into 3D animation.
It's true.
Or go into CGI. Do you get what I mean? Like, I feel like it's too, like, next thing you know, that person who does it on the computer will go into EDM and will go into dubstep.
Maybe.
Whereas the original artist may just do one note. Just keep doing one note over and over. Do you know what I mean? Like something very alternative like that.
Yeah, it'll be different. It'll be really different. But it's kind of like, who do you respect more? Do you know what I mean? Because that's a big question. Imagine you're just hearing this song, and the song has like loads of instruments, guitar, and they all sound genuine. Like they all sound genuine. But I told you, like you heard it, you thought, oh my God, this person is like a musically like adept. He's like a prodigy. Yeah. Like all these instruments. But then I told you he can't actually play any instruments, and they're all like MIDI, synthesizer, not even synthesizers, but they're all like instruments that are on the computer, VSTs.
I'll be like,
would you respect the guy any less?
Yeah.
Would you?
But not like it's a different. I'd say less because they're different types of respect.
That's what I was gonna say. I wouldn't even say less. I'd just say different.
Yeah, I'd say different, just because it's not like I don't respect him because he didn't physically do it. I just don't. I respect him because I can't even say I don't respect him. I just respect him because not only has he found another way, but he's done it incredibly good. I'd respect him because I can't wait for what he comes out of next as well.
It's true.
Whereas with the person who does it physically, that's just like, that's not okay. If I was to go, I'm not the best at producing, but if I was to go into a a computer and try and make something, I'm sure I could make something.
Yeah.
I'm sure I could make something. Whereas with instruments in front of me, it's a different ball game.
Yeah, because I can't play anything.
It's
Kind
a
of like
yeah,
that.
you can't you don't really know what you're doing.
I
as
wouldn't
such.
really know. Yeah.
Yeah, like I would not know what I'm doing
Same.
very well.
Yeah,
Like
exactly.
I'll be trying here and there, but like it wouldn't be there. Like,
Yeah.
it wouldn't be there.
He's there. That's the thing.
That's the thing. But
Honestly, it's a different type of respect.
yeah,
Because it's just kind of like, you can see with the guy who did it all at the computer, like, these two, they have essentially the same brain, but they just have different means. You know
Yeah.
what I mean? So you can, if with the guy who did it all in the computer, but it just sounds so good and genuine, you can see he has like a very, very deep concept
Yeah,
and
yeah,
like
yeah.
potential and thought that he's actually applied to this piece of music, for example. And you just have to respect it, because like, even though he couldn't play the instruments, he did what he could with the
Yeah.
means that he had and did them excellently. I just have to respect it. But it's a different type of respect.
that's black people.
That's black. That's mad.
Black people, man.
That's where jazz came from, bruv.
Exactly. Jazz came from. I thought it was. I've heard two stories. One was that people were on stage and it was competitive,
That's what I heard.
and
Yeah.
the second one was that a group of people were in a room and couldn't communicate because they all spoke different languages, so they communicated through music.
Mm. That's true, because jazz is off the wall, isn't it?
Yeah.
It's different. Yeah, it is different. But jazz musicians, they're like really like uptight, you know,
Yeah.
like most
very.
recently as well. Because I saw this this video recently
I think they have
about
been.
yeah, they've been for a while, innit? Like I saw this video about this thing called The Real Book.
Mhm.
Jazz musicians would probably know exactly what I'm talking about, but there was this thing called The Real Book, which I'll give you a little backstory to it. Back in the day, if you wanted to study jazz, like you had to listen to like to listen to jazz, and I think basically guess the notes, like guess them. So like, you'd listen to jazz, you'd listen to it, and then try and like transcribe what they're doing, write that down, and just kind of guess it off the top.
Okay.
And you had to guess the key and everything, and it was all very technical.
Yeah.
And they were on this, but a few people, they got together a few like scripts or like music sheets of popular, or not even popular, like jazz standards that they just compiled into these things called fake books
Okay.
that were getting distributed around. But they were basically simplified, because obviously it was all convoluted and stuff. So they had to simplify it. So when you played the instrument, because when you read music, there's loads of different ways to write a specific phrase in music. So they just simplified it to the most simple point, so that if you played it, it would sound like what's being played, like in the actual song, even though it probably wouldn't be the exact way they did it, but it just sounds like it, so it's fine. So that's that. But they had these around, and then eventually they were all illegal.
Or the book.
Yeah,
Okay.
because they didn't have license to take the scripts and stuff and note them down and sell them. But then somebody obtained the rights to all the scripts and then compiled it into this actual legal version called The Real Book, which has all these scripts, but they're all simplified versions of the songs. So, like traditional jazz musicians, they don't like the book because it's all simplified and it's too easy, essentially. So I heard a story about this guy who went into a jazz club, like a jazz club, or like they had in jazz clubs you can like join in. So somebody suggested one song. They said, let's play this song, and then the guy who had the book, he didn't have the book on him, but he learnt the song from the book. He said, what key? And then the other guys were like, oh, the usual key, because they know the key, but in the book it's written in a different key. And there's a different concept of the way it's written down. But the way it's so standard to everyone else, because they learned it without the book, they just know. So this is how they like basically scorned that guy, because they knew he had a real book he didn't even need to say it, because he didn't know the key of the song. So it's kind of like jazz musicians are just like, they love their genre, like
and they love to prove people wrong.
That's true. They love their genre. It's mad.
That's a madness.
It's mad, isn't it?
Oh.
That's mad. That's a mad story.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's basically it's like you speaking a different language and you spending your whole life to learn that language,
Mm-hmm.
and then someone just bringing you Google Translate.
Yeah. It's true. It's true. That's how I feel like translators are probably like that with Google Translate.
Yeah.
It's like, I'm going out of business. Fucking hell. What's
What
going
was
on?
it? What did Drake say?
What did he say?
Something about like a translator thing.
Translate.
Something Stone.
Rosetta Stone.
Rosetta Stone, yeah.
I can teach you how to speak my language, Rosetta Stone.
I swear this thing
It's
is
like the sweetest thing I've ever known.
About to go
Thriller
Thriller
Mike Jackson on these niggas. What? All I need's a fucking red jacket with
It's
some
the
zippers. I miss that Drake, man.
Uh,
I miss that Drake. I can't even lie. I miss that Drake.
there was one song with Lil Wayne that was banging.
Miss Me.
Yeah, Miss Me. That
That's
song.
a banger.
That song was.
I said, tell me what's really going on.
Yeah.
That has one of the best lyrics of. It's on my Facebook to this day. Like one of my favorite
What's the
lyrics. Real nigga talking. Shut the fuck up, oh. That is one of my favorite lyrics of all of the songs. So that's it.
No,
But as I was
that's
like,
not
I told
banging.
you one
That's not
time.
a fucking bar. That's not a banging
That's a
bar.
that's
What?
a bar, bro. It's a banger.
Real niggas talking. Shut the fuck up, ho.
Who can you say that to? Who can you actually say that?
In real life,
In
if
real
we're talking
life.
bars,
In bars,
is
you
that
can
a
say
great
it.
bar?
That's a bar, man.
It's a great sentence.
That's a set. All you need is a sentence. That's a sentence.
I think a bar and a sentence are two different things.
What's your favorite bar?
Of all time,
Oh, top ones.
I've been listening to 444 a lot.
Yeah.
Family Feuds.
Mm.
Like recently, there's one
sick
bar
song.
where he goes, Hovey's home, all these phonies
He's
come to a halt. I was like, raw. But no, it was my consciousness was Michael's common sense.
Common sense. I missed the karma that came as a consequence.
I missed the karma that came as a consequence. That is a bar, just because it's like it comes to our argument that we were talking about last time. It's sort of like if you miss karma, the bad things happen to you. Whereas if you miss, I saw that bar as like you miss karma. So, like, let's say for example, if I kill someone,
Yeah.
and I don't go to jail or I don't get caught, my mental gets fucked up. That was the
Right.
consequence. That's how I saw it.
But he said he missed it, so he's done bad things, but he doesn't feel bad about them.
See what he means by that bar.
Let's have a look.
On genius.
Genius. Genius.
What does he say?
New freaks. Family
My
Feud.
bitch, I don't need.
I
I need her.
her.
No, that would need it.
That dance, innit? They did the
That's it.
dance. I'm gonna get my bands. I'm gonna try to a chicken lane. Ooh, big shot. Hold up, wait. Peanut butter inside. Outside. Hold on.
Cocaine white body look like tin top. Emotion. Oh, I'm going.
Oh, you're doing big shot.
As soon as I heard that, I was like, this is a
Wakanda.
Travis
I
Scott.
said, as soon as I heard that, I said, this is the one. Wakanda.
Wakanda.
Welcome.
Big shot. Hold up,
Sick.
wait. Peanut butter inside. Outside. Cocaine white body look like tin top.
Emotional. I missed the karma that came as a consequence. Let's have a look. What does he mean? Just tap Donnie out there.
It sounds like
Most of the annotation is about the Godfather line. Yeah, see,
I missed that whole shit.
that's my favorite part of the song. Is he says, a man that don't take care of his family can't be rich. I watch Godfather, I missed that whole shit. Yeah, it's a quote from Godfather. A man who doesn't take care of his family can't be a real man. Essentially.
That's your favorite bar.
But the way I took it is kind of like, a man who can't take care of his family can't be rich. True. And he said, I watched Godfather, I missed the whole shit. Like, if you've seen Godfather, why are you disregarding your family? Kind of like that. That's how I took it.
Okay.
Like, watch Godfather, you'll see how to become a big man.
Yeah.
Vito. Kind of like that.
I think the definition of a big man is very subjective in this day and age.
In this day and age,
a real
innit?
man is very, very subjective, especially as we live in a world where everything has to be politically correct.
That's true,
Everything
yeah.
has to be very cater to people's opinions because you can't say something
It's true.
rude. Like I remember I read something where after the Ariana Grande concert,
The
someone
Manchester one.
someone
Mhm.
posted on Facebook saying, "This is a disclaimer. This is a pretty racist statement.
Yeah,
but
we
it was,
don't approve of what's being
we
said
don't
here.
approve of it." But he was like, "I'm gonna get out my gun and go kill every Muslim."
But that's just
He
pure
was prosecuted.
ignorance. Yeah, that's just
And he
pure
posted that on
ignorance.
Facebook. You can't blink without something bad happening to you. Like, I'm not saying that's a good thing. Don't get
But
me wrong.
that's not
I'm
even
not-
that's not even like a good example of.
I'm not saying no. I'm not saying
Yeah.
I'm not saying that's a bad thing. But I'm saying, just think about it. He got prosecuted for posting that on his social media.
Yeah,
Imagine if someone else
Said
that
that
just
in
lets it know.
public.
That just lets it know that social media is already incriminating.
that's true. Yeah,
social
imagine.
media. Listen, don't go on Vlad.
Don't go
Don't
on-
go on a Vlad interview.
It's true. Yeah, don't go online and think that no one's watching what you're saying.
Yeah, that's what everyone. You're posting it for people to watch.
Everyone's seeing what you're saying. As soon as you put it up on the internet, it's staying there forever.
Yeah.
It ain't coming down. That's what I'm saying. But this whole politically correct thing. It's a different vibe because it's kind of like, okay, watch what you say, but people are getting out of hand with it,
Yeah.
which is annoying.
Because you really do have to watch what you say nowadays.
It's true. Are them PC niggas?
Yeah.
Fuck them niggas. That's real. Think you can one shot me? I ain't got enough triggers, huh? That's shit, man.
Check that.
Check That's a bar.
Yeah.
That's a bar. It's one of the hardest starting bars in existence. Bring it back to the first thing I said. Oh yeah, I didn't even finish what I was gonna say. Biggie's bar at the start, flavor in your ear.
That's not my favorite bar, by the way. But that's not my favorite bar.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I've got. There's a few questions to ask because we left them off the list. But what did Biggie say? He said, "Niggas is mad I get more butts than ashtrays." Fucking sick. So good.
But so then, did you say ass trays or ash trays?
You could take it as double entendre.
Mad.
Mad
Mid.
city. Mad city.
Mid.
Man down. Okay. Let's bring it back to the other question. If you could take any song from history and make it your own, what
What
song
would I
would you
take? I don't know.
It's hard, isn't it?
I don't know what song I take. Like I just keep thinking back to what's it called? Marvin Gaye. What's going on?
Same. I was thinking about that as well. I was thinking about the whole album
Yeah, that
because that whole album is.
disgusted.
He was doing the transition between songs 30 years before I even knew people did that.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
And the thing is, he was going through so much at that time.
Yeah, with his dad and that.
Yeah, his dad killed him.
Yeah,
It's mad.
which is ridiculous.
His dad was like crazy though. His dad was like crazy. His dad. This is how messed up his dad was. Yeah, I don't know if you knew this, but he was heavy religious.
Yeah.
It's like you can't do this shit. Like you can't have sex. You're not supposed to have sex.
Oh, like
You're not supposed to do any of this. You have to be religious. You can't drink. You can't smoke. You can't do any of that. And his dad was transgender.
oh,
Yeah.
he was a woman before.
He was a man who liked dressing up as a woman sometimes.
Oh no, he's not a trans. He's a cross dresser
cross-dresser, yeah, but he
Yeah.
wanted to be a woman.
all the way.
Yeah.
Oh,
But he was so... It's sort of like when you want to be... You're so stuck in your religion, you take it out on your kids, your wife.
yeah, because he's
everything
probably
like that.
hating himself.
Yeah, he was hating himself, so,
Yeah.
he kept doing that, and then he eventually killed his son because he felt like his... Because what had happened was Marvin was celebrities. I remember I watched a long documentary on it because I was studying him, but he done all of this, traveled the world, was hooked on drugs, doing all this bad stuff, got out of the slump, then eventually he went back into the slump,
Mm-hmm.
and then when he went back into the slump, he was like, I need to go home, so he went back home,
Yeah,
stayed at home for I think about a week, I think it was like the 7th day or something like that. His dad shot him
yeah,
3 times,
it's ridiculous.
but yeah,
I don't know what's
it
going
was
on.
it was because his dad felt he was his dad was Marvin was trying to defend his mother,
Yeah,
but his dad just wasn't having it. Like
Wasn't having that.
his dad felt like you're out of control. You don't listen to me because you don't listen to me. You're out of control because you don't listen to me anymore.
Yeah, because I can understand why you would get a little bit annoyed when your child becomes a celebrity. And
But imagine
celebrity
being
shit.
in that situation. Like you've left home. Where do you call home?
That's true.
And you have all this success around you, and you're looking for. You're so like you've grown up in a house where like you just looked for that love.
Mm-hmm.
You've looked for that love where you feel someone loves you, and there's all these people around you who are saying that they love you, but you don't know if it's real or not.
It's true. It could be fake. Matrix. It's a vibe, man.
You don't know if it's real or not. That's why.
I don't know.
And I'm banging out tunes like that.
Imagine.
It's because you got to go through hard. We said this from young. We said we wanted to be rappers. We were like, we want to be rappers, but we ain't gone through shit.
Yeah, we said that. We said, like, what would we realistically talk about?
Yeah.
As rappers.
And then you were like, we should just make up stories.
Just make up stories. That's what I'm finna do, baby.
Yeah, but we'll turn out like fucking. We have to be serious. I was gonna say we'll turn out like fucking little Dicky.
Lil Dicky, nah, that's moist. He's vibey at times. Have you heard Freaky Friday?
Yeah. I thought Chris Brown's bit was funny.
It's quite funny, yeah. That's what
Little
I was gonna
Dicky's
say.
bit, I thought like it could have been a bit more because it was supposed to be from the perspective of Chris Brown.
Chris Brown, yeah.
But I thought it could have been a bit more livelier.
Yeah, because Lil Dicky, he didn't really do much.
Yeah.
Like
Chris
Chris
Brown
Brown.
was good though, I can't lie. Chris Brown.
I'm that nigga. You that
Nah, I
nigga.
can
You
say
stupid ass nigga. I'm that nigga. That shit, that was good,
And then
mate.
when he was sitting at the table, he was like, "Hey nigga," to the white woman for the water.
Thank you, man. Nigga. He was out the car. He's like, "You stupid ass." Nigga. That was good.
And it was funny because I looked at him and thought he was Little Dicky the whole way.
Yeah, I could believe it.
Yeah,
He's
funny.
good. He can act.
Yeah.
He's like, I can sing so good. That's awesome. Jesus, this is good.
No, but Chris Brown can sing though. I can't
He can
lie.
sing.
He just loves auto tune.
I don't understand.
I don't know why, but he can sing.
He can sing though.
He lost a lot of weight though.
Yeah, he was skinny. Did
Wait,
you see him?
I don't know if you heard one of the bars that a Little Dicky said, but I heard it and I was like, as Chris Brown said something like, I can walk down the street and people don't judge me because of my controversial past.
That brought up a whole thing.
I swear.
Yeah. That
I
brought up
did not
like
know
people that ended up like not in the news, but like the news in
The
inverted
media
qualities.
news.
Yeah,
Yeah.
in inverted commas. Yeah,
What happened?
but that was Well, everyone was like, that's a bit in bad taste because of the whole thing.
What?
Well, bad past. They're bringing up Rihanna, innit?
Yeah.
And all that. Like, people aren't judging me. It's like they think he's making a joke out of it. But I don't think he is.
Yeah, I don't think he is. I think
This
he's
is what I'm
genuinely
saying.
just saying
Like,
can you forget about
can
it?
you please, like,
or not
it's
can you not
alright.
forget about it, but can you not like push it in my face every day?
every day, yeah. See, this is what I was saying about everyone being PC. It's not that deep.
Because what is it? I think it was Dave Chappelle who said a joke or something like,
Y'all want to be a celebrity?
no, it was. I remember that
It
joke.
ain't
though.
good. That was good.
It would, yeah, he said it very.
They
clearly.
locking all our stars up. That joke was good.
It was when he was like, in the 50s, you could just drive 30 miles, something like 3 miles away and have a new life.
Yeah, you can't do that
Facts.
anymore. It's true.
Facts. That
Dave
whole
Chappelle-
pimp bit was so deep.
In the last
At
one,
the end,
that
the
whole
book.
pimp bit,
When he was like about
coat
book,
hanger.
that was so deep.
that was so deep. I'm telling you, that is one of the best comedy specials I've ever seen.
Yeah,
The Bird
yeah.
Revelation. If you have not seen it, so this is again Simon's.
Wait, what did he say about the
Simon's
coat,
selections.
the coat hanger?
He said it was the guy pimp. I don't remember his name, but no, Iceberg.
Yeah.
Iceberg Slim. He was saying how he went to another pimp, and he was like, "Oh, I can't get my hose in line."
So he said like beat one of them.
So he was
up.
like, "Yeah, you should need to beat them with a coat hanger." And then he said
oh, and then you drug them and then put them in a warm bath and then they come out.
they come out
like,
and they think, "Oh my god,"
and you're like,
they're grateful for you saving them.
yeah, when you
from beating them.
Yeah. No, when you're
They
they're
don't even
great-
realize. Yeah,
They're grateful for you saving them from being beat up when
Yeah.
really you beat them up. Wait, so what did he say? He said you beat them with a coat hanger first,
yeah.
or what? You drugged them, then you beat them with a
No,
coat
you
hanger.
beat them, then you drug them,
But what they remember?
but they forget about you beating them. That's what it is.
Okay.
Because you're so warm and comfy, and you put them in a warm bath for that,
yeah.
and they're all like, "Oh, I feel nice now. Thank you for all this." forgetting the fact that he just beat you with a metal coat hanger before.
Yeah.
It's mad. That whole bit was deep. And then he ended it with like, and that's why I went to South Africa. And I was like, oh my God.
That was in the middle. The full long one was about.
No, he said, that's what he said at the end.
No. The full long one wasn't about the coat hanger.
Oh yeah, no. That's after the end. Yeah, that's the whole bit about where he played her.
Yeah,
like the mileage bit.
And he reset all his miles.
Yeah, it's mad. And she ended up tricking for him for like another 2 months or something.
Yeah.
Looks like we got ourselves a little secret.
Yeah.
That was so deep, man. That was
shivers.
so good. That was really, really good.
Yeah, man.
That special is the fucking sickest.
Yeah, that is the great.
What are you doing, nigga? Stand up. That shit was so good. That was really good, man.
When he spoke about what's it called in his other stand up about the Emmett Till.
Yeah, that he ended that one. Yeah. About the mother and that, because the news just came out at recently.
Oh, is it?
Yeah, at that time, you know the news.
Yeah.
Yeah, that she'd faked it the whole time. The woman who accused Emmett Till, she was lying, and she basically on her deathbed, which is some absolute shady bullshit as well. I don't agree with that, but on her deathbed, she admitted that she lied about Emmett Till abusing her on her deathbed, which is disgusting and completely unforgivable. And then she just died. Last words. It's mad. It's mad, man.
Who do you think leaked that?
She was telling a reporter.
Oh, really?
Yeah. She was. I think it was like someone who's writing her biography. Yeah, she told the reporter. Like, she was just like, nah, I just got to get this off my chest. Like, I lied.
Imagine if she
Imagine being that reporter.
Well, it's like the reporter who lived.
What?
It's like the woman who Albert Einstein on his deathbed.
Yeah.
He said something in German.
Imagine having to tell the world that news. Albert Einstein. Let's bring it back to Albert Einstein. Yeah, he said his famous last words. Or he said his last words. But they were in German. I couldn't understand them. It would be one of them, ho, in German. Fuck you, bitch. Wow. It's there.
It's stoned.
Yeah. But imagine being that reporter. That woman just told you that shit. Imagine you... I just pray to God to that woman that the reporter wasn't black. You probably would have smacked her on her deathbed. I probably would have.
How old was she?
Like in her 80s. Maybe 90. Something. I'm not gonna lie. After she died, I would have smacked her in the face. I can't. While she's just laying there.
Giving her one bang right between her eyes.
Yeah, right there.
Between her eyes.
After she's dead. Doesn't matter, she's dead.
Just right into the mattress.
Just bounces back up. Just a one quick bang. That's
just like she's in the back.
Just like, just that. It doesn't matter, she's dead.
Or like she's like says it. Just wait, bang. Yeah. Well, one bang.
It's like
Then you know she's dead after that.
Yeah, she's dead after that. You killed her.
You killed her, yeah, but no one will know.
No, but you didn't kill her. She died of natural causes.
No, but no one will know. Everyone will see that bruise in the middle of her head. They'll be like, "You killed her." You'll be like, "No, I didn't."
No, even if you killed her, she died of natural causes. I did not. I punched her, but it was natural. It had to happen. It's kind of like I read about this fact as well. Roald Dahl, you know Roald Dahl, the author. Yeah. His last words, his last words were, "Oh, I just love you and thank you for all this and all that." But his actual last words, were he was going to sleep because they tried to put the morphine into his vein, and as they put it into his vein, it pricked him.
Yeah.
So he went, "Oh shit," and then he died. So Roald Dahl's last words were, "Oh shit," which is I think that's top notch. I think that's absolutely top notch. So that's brilliant.
What would you want your last words to be?
You asked this last time, innit?
Last time.
But I didn't answer because I didn't have one. I don't know. I wouldn't want them to be the kind of like a. No, I don't need last words.
There would be a last word though.
There would be a last word. I guess my last words would be, it's up to you lot now, because it's nothing on me
That's
now.
deep.
It's up to you lot. It's up to you lot. I did all I could. Do you know what I mean?
That is some deep shit.
It's real.
It's up to you now.
It's up to you.
No, would you say a name of who it's up to you?
If whoever's in the room, I say it's up to you lot.
Mad.
Because I assume I'm dying in a bed. My whole family's there. But if I'm not, if it's that same scenario like you said last time, and I don't know, like, touch wood, get stabbed.
Yeah.
I'll just be laying there. Yeah, touch that wood. I'll just get stabbed and I'm laying there. I'll just say, come over here. You come over. It's that same thing. You're holding my... like, you're like, oh, please. And I just go, it's up to you. There's boom.
Yeah.
You better carry that torch. I'm not going to lie.
Just don't stop walking. Just.
Oh. Ooh. What is your profession? Ooh. It's that one. That's the one, man.
Yeah. No, I think mine would just be like, it would be along those lines as well. Just like something so dramatic.
Because I wouldn't say anything like, oh, tell whoever I love them and all that, because they know. They don't need me to reiterate.
Yeah.
They know, man. It's fine.
I say something funny like, damn, damn.
Damn, James. That was from Good Times. That's that.
Oh man!
Imagine I'm on like I'm on the floor and I'm just dying. I go, come over here, and you're like, what? I just go, tell me something. You motherfuckers can't tell me nothing. I really died to listen to you. My DNA, and then I rap that whole verse, and then I just die. Oh wow! I'm not gonna lie. I'll be.
Tell me nothing. You motherfuckers can't tell me.
I'm not gonna lie. You'd be dying next to me, and there'll be blood there, but I'll still be like, oh shit. Hey, kill it.
I would be laughing so hard.
It's true.
I'll be like, red like green, like red like green, like red.
Who am I? Not your brother, not your father, not your equal, not your...
Yeah, you can't really say a Kanye West bar because they're already too deep. Like, if I was to go and ask it...
Are they too deep?
Yeah, but if you came to me and I'm dying...
Fuck this model, she just bleached her asshole. I get bleached on my t-shirt.
No, but like, if my mom was coming to me like and I was dying, I think I'd just sing. I'd just be like, hey, mama... She would cry so much.
She would cry.
I want to sing so loud for you.
Oh, she would actually.
So cry to you.
I would cry. I'm
that
gave
your
me
mum. Shivers. Yeah, that gave me shivers.
I just got shivers just now. Fucking old goosebumps.
That's such a deep song.
I would. No.
Especially hearing the weak voice.
Yeah.
And everything like that. Just
I'm not gonna lie. You can't do that to me.
Down to a whisper.
I'd be really angry. I'd get so angry if you did that.
That's the perfect way to like story wise,
but like in that moment, I'd be so angry. I'd be so angry if I was your mum, and you were dying and you sung that to me. I'd go on a rampage. I'm not having that. That's terrible. I'd hate God. I don't know. You can't do that.
I'm so proud.
I'd have to make my last words funny.
I'm gonna tell you what I'm about to do.
I'm not gonna lie. I'll tell you to stop. Please stop singing. Please stop singing and tell me a joke. Because I can't do that.
Oh, man, you know there was I used to watch a horror film at night and I have to put on SpongeBob after.
There was a meme of that.
And then you go, I know I act a fool, but I promise you I'm going back to school. That's such a deep one.
It's deep, man. Nah, you can't do that.
That's so deep. Oh,
so
that needs to be the end of a film.
Hey Mama. It's true, man.
Yeah.
That was old Kanye. I miss the old Kanye. Straight from the soul. Jesus.
It's accurate, though. He knows himself.
He knows himself. That's true. He's self-conscious. Yeah. I rate that.
I miss the old Kanye. He meant it to himself. I miss the old you.
I know. I miss the old me. What happened?
The old Kanye.
It's good though that he can separate himself like that.
Yeah, because there's so many versions of him.
That's true. It's mad. It's that whole debate of can you rate someone any less for just changing up their style completely? I don't know if you can.
Nah, you can't do that.
I don't know if you
Just
can.
Lessons to learn, man.
You know what I mean? It's kind of like if Kendrick now, for example, went and did a rock thing like I said he would, and he did it, people will no doubt say that it's shit.
Yeah.
Because it's just so different. People be like, but if Kendrick did, you haven't heard Danny Brown, his album,
No.
like Atrocity Exhibition. That top album of 2016. It's very rocky.
Okay.
And it's just weird. It's like off the wall, like it's mad, but it's sick. If Kendrick did something like it's just weird and it's like it has guitars and stuff, and it's basically kind of sounds like he's the front man of a 1970s alternative rock band, but he's a rapper. Yeah, and he's rapping over this stuff. It's sick, but he didn't sound like that before.
Mm-hmm.
It was random change, but it works for his voice because his voice is like really like gotta figure it out. That's what he sounds like. He's like really like yelpy. But if Kendrick did something like that, but it's just so different, people will be like, oh shit, like it's shit. People won't listen to it. It's kind of like happened to Pimp a Butterfly, even kind of like that.
To Pimp a Butterfly was the reason why that worked so well is because not a lot of Donnies were on Kendrick Lamar like that.
After Good Kid, Mad City,
Yeah, a lot of Donnies were on him, but not that many.
But that do you know what it was? Good Kid, no, even
I
to
think
Pimp
For
a
Your
Butterfly.
Eyes Only made J. Cole lose some fans. I'm not even gonna lie.
Yeah, he did.
But
It did.
Yeah.
It did make him lose fans. I can tell.
It's a fucking banging album though.
I think it was quite boring.
I loved that album. I can't lie. That album.
For Your Eyes Only.
For Your Eyes Only. I thought that is a banging album.
Why is it so
For Whom the Bell,
quiet?
it's a quiet album. That's the thing. But I think
For
it's
Whom
just-
the Bell Tolls, yeah.
it's a banging song.
It's. I already told you it gave me shivers when I heard it.
Because it's a toaster, innit?
Because the toaster came out. The toast came out the toaster. As soon as that beat dropped, I could not stop dancing.
Thing I'm hoping
And praying and searching for something.
Wait, or was it the gonna with a hug, gonna with a die?
No, it was the first beat. It was
Okay.
I'm searching for praying.
Yeah.
That toast came out. Ding! I said, "Oh,
Yeah.
what's going on? Oh shit, this is
Yeah.
sick."
That was a banging album. I can't lie. I
I
think
don't
it
know
was
if
a
the whole
banging
album was banging.
I liked it. I liked
that song.
Like Folding Clothes. When everyone was listening to that song,
Folding Clothes is not good, man.
I was like, this song is so simple.
it's dead.
This song is so simple, but it has such a good
Almond
message.
milk.
I thought it was such a good, bruv.
I never started
Look
to
at
see the
me.
day where I be drinking almond milk. I know, but like,
Look at me. I'm trying to drink it up. Look, what I took by that song.
but why
Yeah.
did he say it?
Do you not get why he said it?
Yeah, I know what, because it shows the change in him.
It shows like when did I ever get to the day where I thought I would want to fold clothes for my girlfriend? When
know-
did I ever get to the day
because-
where I thought that I would love someone so much that me coming from the hood where I came from, me coming from the situation that I came from, when did I ever think that I would actually want to fold clothes?
Do you know what it is?
I want to do the things that I.
Do you know what it is? No. Do
Baby,
you know what it
I
is?
wanna do all of the things your man won't do.
Do you know what it is though? Do you know what it is? That's one of those ones where the concept is much better than the execution.
Yeah,
That's
but
why it's.
as I
That's
said,
why
if
it's
you can
good.
find a beauty in a line, then you can find a beauty in a song.
Let me tell you why. Let me tell you the difference between J. Cole and MF Doom. Yeah,
Okay.
MF Doom would have said that whole song in 2 lines. This is why I believe MF Doom is one of the top 5 rappers I've ever heard, and that's ever lived. I'm gonna put that on record. MF Doom, and you can't tell me anything otherwise. If you say MF Doom, it means you haven't listened to MF Doom. Listen to Mad Villainy again, and then come and tell me that he's not top 5. I don't want to hear it. I don't want to hear it.
You don't think you'll ever hear a rapper that's greater, that deserves more than MF Doom
There hasn't been one yet.
around his time?
Around his time,
Yeah,
his time was 2004.
yeah, around his time.
Everyone was shit in 2004, apart from Kanye.
50 Cent.
What, in the club?
50 can't lie.
In the club, 50 Cent.
Yeah,
Not that 50 Cent, man.
50 Cent was banging.
When did Get Rich or Die Trying come out?
50 Cent fucked the game.
But did he though?
Yeah, man. He was the hoodest nigga that came into it and made the most money.
Yeah, that's true. and then he went bankrupt.
When did he go bankrupt?
2 years ago.
Huh?
Yeah,
Nah.
he went bankrupt, but it's fine. He's fine because he had sponsorships and that. Get Rich or Die Trying, yeah, 2003. Nah, that was a shit era in hip hop, man.
Huh?
That was a dead era in hip hop.
Huh?
2003, the bling bit, the whole bling era section. Nah, that was a shit section, man.
You don't like that?
Nah, like
That
it's
was
nostalgic.
That was the whole what's it called? B2K.
Yeah,
That was an R&B was lit.
that was just before T-Pain came out.
Yeah, T-Pain is sick.
T-Pain is sick.
T-Pain is so sick.
I got money in the bank.
I'ma take you home
with me.
Found you in the bed.
Shit.
I was talking about
That's
singing
sick.
one, the Tiny Desk one.
He's sick. He can actually sing.
can
This is why it's
sing.
jokes. He can actually sing. But I was not even reading, I was watching a documentary, it was a Genius video, but it was about autotune. I was watching a documentary, just a video from Genius. But no, it was about autotune, like the history of autotune, yeah. And T-Pain was doing an interview, and he said he heard some Mariah Carey song, some remix of a Mariah Carey song, and she'd used autotune, and T-Pain didn't know what that was.
Yeah.
He was like, as soon as he heard that, he's like, I want to sound like that. So he just went on a search. He was like, wow, what is this? What is this thing called? Oh, shit. Auto-tune. Boom. Birth of T-Pain. Birth of T-Pain. And from then on...
On every single... Because he didn't even do it like 50%. Like, he just did it
100%. Like, him and Lil Wayne.
Lil Wayne didn't do that much.
Lick your lollipop.
Lil Wayne didn't do it that much.
He did it.
T-Pain was known for auto-tune.
Yeah, T-Pain, yeah. T-Pain's auto-tune. And then Jay-Z said death to auto-tune.
That's Jay-Z though.
That's Jay-Z. Yeah,
That
but
when he
didn't.
goes into the booth, every song is a freestyle.
It's true. I watched this video of Jay-Z hearing the beat for Dirt Off Your Shoulder for the first time.
Yeah.
Like, I saw in the comments, people were like, you can see as soon as he heard that beat, he started writing verses in his head. You could see it. The way he was just bopping back and forth. His eyes were like concentrated. You can see. He was in his head, he was like,
If you feeling like a pimp,
he was feeling it, mate. You could see it. And Timbaland played that beat by accident.
Yeah, swear.
Yeah. He was like going through the beats. Timbaland was like, let me see all my beats. He started playing it. Oop. What happened? No? And Jay-Z was like, play that. Play that shit. Play it on. And Jay-Z was like, whoo! He stood up, mate. Turned his hat backwards like Ash from Pokemon. Fucking lit. He was like, this is it. Mate, that was the one. They just started writing in his head. It was a mad thing.
Yeah.
He was going off on one. This is why you respect... it's mad, man.
Jay-Z was named the king too early though.
Was he, though?
Yeah, man. How old is he?
When was he named king, though?
He was named king around the time Nas made Illmatic.
That's Reasonable Doubt.
Huh?
Reasonable Doubt is Jay-Z's first album.
Yeah.
He was named king from there.
He was named king early. What's the age difference between Jay-Z and Nas?
Like 6 years? 7 years?
Swear. Nas is a G.
Nas, I'm telling you, Nas is a G.
Nas is a G.
Have you heard Rewind?
By who?
Nas. He tells a whole story backwards. I'll give you. There's this one bar that he says. He basically there was one bit in the story where he was getting a blowjob from a girl, but the way he told it, he said, he sat down and she spit the nut back in his dick. That's what he said. And you're like, oh my God, this shit is backwards, bro. What's going on? Nas is a G. And that whole thing of, in the Heart Part 4, Kendrick, where he was scrumpling up the papers and like throwing them away, which was, by the way, fucking lit when I heard that. Nas did that ages ago in the Book of Rhymes, I think.
Yeah,
it's mad thing.
Nas is the OG.
Nas is a real OG, man.
Facts.
A real OG.
Yeah, man. But good episode. Good episode.
Yeah. All right.
man.
Thanks for listening, everyone.
Thank you for listening. Follow on the
What the-
socials as usual, you know.
Why we Jamaican? Now?
Follow on the socials as usual. The Instagram,
That the
Max Nothing Podcast.
that the Twitter.
Twitter, Max Nothing Pod. YouTube, Max Nothing Podcast.
The Instagram.
Max Nothing Podcast again for them.
If you know, you know.
You know.
You know, you know.
Oh, na, 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 na. Oh, na, na, na.
I thought you were doing the fucking Rihanna.
Zim, zimmer.
Who's got the keys to me bimmer?
Oh, God, my. They got
Hey.
them sugar.
Real?
Just pass me the rock. Pass me the keys to me track. Oh, na, na.
Wine panda cocky. Do
Oh, sit up on the. Oh.
you remember that?
Oh, yeah.
That have you seen that video of Patrick from EastEnders? They
yeah.
overdubbed
Did
him.
you make it?
Yeah. He's like, I love you, Patrick. He said, but me cocky will kill you, girl. No, it doesn't matter. I want you. So you want to die? That's fucking brilliant. That was actually good. Oh, man.
Macaque will kill you again.
Cocky will kill you, girl.
Max nothing.